Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from DarkPulse Inc. And let me tell you, their name might sound like they are building lightsabers, but their recent public statements might leave you in the dark about what's actually going on. And think of this channel as your financial translator. Right before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. So what's this report all about? This is a form called an 8K, a kind of announcement filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, kind of like a bat signal for investors when something important happens. This one tells us about a public discussion the CEO had. On June 17, 2025, the main boss, the Chief Executive Officer of DarkPulse Inc., held a discussion on X, formerly known as Twitter, where he talked about the company and its business. This discussion can be found on X. The company also said that just because they are sharing this information, it doesn't mean that the information shared is vital, really important. They're basically saying, hey, we're talking, but don't take it as gospel. Also, the company notes that this X space discussion is just a summary. It should be considered with the bigger picture, including the full filings with the SEC. Press releases and official announcements, the company isn't promising they will update this information. Although they might if the management believes it's a good idea. Although they might if the management believes it's a good idea. And here's a crucial bit. The information shared in this update isn't officially filed in the way that really counts legally. This means if the CEO said something in the X-Space discussion, it's not subject to the same strict legal responsibilities as if it were in their official SEC filings. Basically, don't sue them based on a tweet. So what's the big deal here? Why even file this report? It comes down to something called Regulation FD, or Fair Disclosure. This rule says that if a company shares important information with investors, they have to share it with everyone at the same time. So, if the CEO spills some beans, they need to tell everyone else too, so no one gets an unfair advantage. By filing this 8K, DarkPulse is saying, we made this public announcement and we're making sure everyone has access to it. Now, let's talk about what this might signal. On the surface, this seems pretty straightforward. The company wants to make sure they're following the rules and keeping everyone in the loop. But is there another angle? Well, sometimes companies use these public discussions to try and manage the narrative, to control the story that's out there about them. It's like they are trying to get ahead of any potential bad news or to pump up investor enthusiasm. What's my take on this? It's difficult to judge a company based on a discussion held on X. Without specific financial figures or concrete announcements, it's tough to assess where DarkPulse is really headed. If DarkPulse wanted to impress investors, sharing real achievements like securing major deals instead of casual talks would be far more effective. And this report leaves us wanting more substance, which aligns with what you expect from a company whose name sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. Their filing should offer clarity rather than raise additional questions based on Twitter discussions, which is also kind of ironic. If their name is DarkPulse, you'd want some transparency, but instead we are reading between the lines of what was said on X maybe. The next filing is the one where they disclose something meaty. The next filing is the one where they disclose something meatier. Alright, that's our breakdown of DarkPulse's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.